Welcome back to Talk Award winning, Grammy Award winning. Wait, what did we talk? Grammy Award winning Miley to me. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think that is what it is. I wrote it down so I could have went and checked, but yes, Talk Award winning. Talk Grammy Award winning Miley to me.
Can you believe that we're saying that?
I can't. And what's crazy is after our last episode when we were trying to figure out like which one she would win, I feel like we really didn't put a lot of confidence out there.
I didn't. Yeah, we didn't. We were being really realistic.
That's sad though.
Well,
that's realistic.
It is realistic. She was up against great talent. That's why.
And we're going to digest all of the Grammys today because she won two, not just one, two Grammys. It's insane. And I know the Grammys don't mean shit. I know. But they kind of do.
But they kind of do.
They kind of do. So, yeah, we have to talk about it.
Yes. Okay. I feel like this can get so chaotic because I have so much to say because there's so many things that I want to hit on. So would you like to make a little roadmap for us really fast?
Yes. Okay. So I thought that first we could just talk briefly I thought we could just go in the order of events that actually happened in real time.
Great.
So
perfect.
First, starting off, it's Grammy Day on Sunday. We're recording this on Tuesday, February 6th. We have to first start with just order of events. Before the actual Grammys, they have they announce all of the smaller categories beforehand. They announced pop duo performance or whatever that was. And she lost that to SZA featuring Phoebe Bridgers for their song Ghost in the Machine. So starting off, before we even get to the red carpet, before we even really believe that Miley's even going to be there, she loses her first Grammy.
Right.
That's in one of the ones that we predicted would be the one she would win.
Right. Yeah, that was a little bit of a damper on my day. Made me a little bit nervous.
Same. I was scared. Clap if you were scared. I was scared. So, but then I was like, okay, listen, we have 5 more to go. Whatever. Yeah. SZA was sweeping. It's fine. So then we get to the red carpet. And of course, we're like, Miley's not going to be the first one there, nor is she even going to be halfway after this starts because people start arriving 2 hours before the show even starts. And I was watching the pre-show Grammy Red Carpet. And I don't know about you, but I was just like, I don't believe she's going to be there until I actually see her.
No, same. There were so many rumors. There was so many things we were seeing on Twitter. There was leaks of things, but still I was like, I don't want my heart broken today, actually.
Yeah.
Defense mechanism. I'm not going to believe it.
I was not getting my hopes up. But then we saw Brandy and Tish show up.
Yeah.
And it's like, why would they be there and then not Miley?
Exactly. Once I found out they were there, I was like, it's happening. It's happening.
But then you know how sad it is that I was like, wait, what if they're there to accept any wins on her behalf because she doesn't want to go? Is it bad that I thought that?
Oh, my brain didn't even go there, but it makes sense.
I'm traumatized.
For sure.
Yeah, because why did I even think that? Of course she would be there. Why they wouldn't go if she didn't want to go? Because we know those are her 2 main girls, is Brandy and Tish. And we'll get to the family aspect of this probably after we go through all the Grammy stuff. But I want to call out that I'm watching the red carpet and Billy Joel is on the red carpet and he says he's most excited to see Miley perform tonight.
I didn't actually see that.
Yeah. I watched, I was just doing dishes and I was listening and I hear him say Miley after she was the red carpet girl was like, who are you most excited to see tonight? And he was like, probably Miley Cyrus, but they've performed together.
They have at the Grammys.
Yes. And legends support legends. And we all know Miley loves her old men.
Very true.
Yeah. So I wasn't surprised there. And then Paris Hilton was on the red carpet and she was like, yeah, I'm really excited to see Miley tonight. Love her. Gave her kudos. And I was like,
Yeah.
legend supporting legends. Who else has Billy Joel and Paris Hilton both rooting for her at the same time?
I can't think of anybody.
There's just so much variety and dimension
For
to
sure.
her. So yeah, we saw Tish and Brandy. I actually watched their little like interview thing on the red carpet, and I thought it was funny. They were like, the guy was asking them first, like, how's your DJing going, Brandy? I saw you just got a
Oh, that's so
residency.
nice.
Yeah, and I appreciated that he asked them about their stuff before being like, so are you excited about Miley tonight? Because he did ask that.
Well, of course. But no, it's really nice that he acknowledged like that they are people and that their identity is not that they're related to Miley Cyrus.
Yes. Even though they do love that, I'm sure.
They do.
But yeah, she was talking about her residency because she just got a residency at the Win in Las Vegas. And then Tish was wearing her weed necklace on the red carpet, which I thought was so bangersly. It was so 2013 Miley coded.
For sure.
Like I think Tish literally like she experienced bangers with Miley and like left her soul there, and like she's just still bringing that on with us.
Yes, and we forget that Miley wrote Mother's Daughter for a damn reason. Like she is her mother's daughter. Literally,
Mama told me, girl, smoke them if you got them.
See.
So yeah, then we're waiting. All of a sudden, I don't even remember what time it was, but it was getting close to the Grammys.
It was getting close.
And I see on the TV, Miley Cyrus, and I could not believe my eyes.
I literally was frozen.
I was frozen. The woman was frozen in shock. I just remember like running to the TV and being like, she's alive and well?
Yeah. Oh, what
were your initial thoughts?
I was like, this is real life. This is actually happening. And like, holy shit, she looks amazing.
So freaking good.
Everything about it. So the first look, it was made out of like, she wrote in the next day that it was like 675 hours of work to handcraft this gold clothespin dress, which I didn't realize watching that that's what it was made out of until like the pictures later that came out. And then when she confirmed that, but the glam, the hair. Let's talk about her hair.
Let's talk about her hair because I feel like there's a lot of mixed feelings with her hair.
There are so many mixed feelings.
I love it.
Okay. So she posted.
You're like, I don't.
Remember the day before the Grammys when she just like randomly posted those like Polaroids and like updated her website that she's selling pictures of her with this like crazy hairdo in her underwear?
Yes. And we were like, oh my gosh.
I sent it to you and I was like, I'm scared. What's going on?
What's going on?
I know. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Obviously, now we find out this was very likely dress rehearsal for the Grammys. And she just was like in her underwear. I did not like the hair in that photo. I don't like it on her profile picture right now. But the hair matched with the glam of the dress, with the glam of her makeup. Stunning.
Her bronzer. Like she literally looked like
glow.
Yes, an Egyptian queen.
Literally.
Egyptian queen meets 90s supermodel.
I just
and apparently sorry, go ahead.
The hair, it was just perfect for what she needed.
And the highlights in her hair looked good with her dress too.
It really did. And the one little sweep that was like a little bit floppy of the highlight.
A little Elvis. It was giving a little Elvis. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It was giving Elvis. It was giving Dolly. It was giving Tina Turner. Oh God, she was giving.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, and I mean, like when I first looked at this dress, I was like, I can't even tell it's made out of like gold hair pins or whatever the fuck.
No.
But then she posted that video on her Instagram showing how it was made, and I'm like, iconic. And also, I feel like I don't know, her outfit on the red carpet, because it was so revealing, it kind of threw me back to like Dead Pets era for a minute, whenever she was wearing that, like, to the VMAs when she was hosting and she had like literally almost nothing on. It kind of gave
Yes,
me back to that, but more classy.
for sure. I was
But
so ready for just like the comments about her like being nude as always, but like I think that we're just used to it and she's just being Miley.
well, I mean, there's no secret that she literally has so many nudes out there. Like, if somebody wanted to see Miley Cyrus naked, they could literally Google it and it would show up immediately.
Yeah. She
And
would
she knows
personally
that.
text you a photo. Like,
She literally like is very comfortable with her body and
yeah.
nudity, does not care. But this was giving very classy. I also was just very shocked that she did do this at the Grammys, though, because we don't see people be this revealing at the Grammys.
No, it's true. The Grammys is typically not where you go like kind of like off the wall
Scandalous.
scandalous. Normally these are like the beautiful gowns. Like I'm thinking back to her red gown when she performed at the Grammys.
Oh my
Or
God.
like
Yeah.
I know that she wore like a white one to the Grammys once, and that's typically what you see. And to be honest, I don't think we saw anything else like this on the red carpet.
Yeah. Yeah. I do not recall. So this looks good. So good. And then I'm like, okay, is she going to be wearing this like the whole night? Like, you know, because most people, I feel like they show up wearing one outfit and they keep that outfit on.
Yep.
But we ended up getting 5 outfits, and we'll go through them as we go through this night. But one of them we didn't even see on TV.
I know.
And we'll talk
that
about
one's
it.
a damn shame, but we'll get there.
Yes, that one is a damn shame. So yeah, didn't know what to expect. Also, apparently the hairspray that she used is only $19 on Amazon. It's Nexus XXL Volume Medium Hold Hairspray.
You're kidding.
Yeah,
you can get that at
this.
Target, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, like because the guy that did her hair posted on someone posted on Instagram and like broke down her whole glam look. And so you could literally get all the makeup she used. I will say the makeup I looked up was very expensive. But
sure.
the hair is all from Nexus. And
that's crazy.
She also used Protect Heat Defense and Spray at $19. Nexus Epic Shine Anti-Humidity Spray, $16 at Amazon. Hair oil and repair from Nexus, $14. So I thought that was pretty cool.
Interesting. Does this mean we have like a Nexus Miley Cyrus commercial coming up? Probably.
Right.
That's how we're gonna get Miley at the Super Bowl. She's gonna be in a fucking commercial.
This is true. I would take that.
Honestly. I would too.
Oh my God, yeah. But her hair, do we think that she was wearing extensions?
Yes, I do. Her hair was very long.
So long. So
yeah,
long.
This was giving like season 4 Hannah Montana Forever long.
Can't Be Tamed era.
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that too. During her performance when she was walking away, I was like, that is a lot of hair.
Yeah, but it was like very well done. Like it wasn't too ridiculous. Here we are wondering, could it be or could it not be? Yeah.
Yeah, because the only reason why I thought that she had extensions because we knew how long her hair was. So
yeah, exactly.
If I didn't know that, so yeah, red carpet had me gagged in a chokehold. Like she looked so good. Okay, so then we get into the Grammys, the actual award show, and the first award that they present is Best Pop Solo Performance.
I was literally holding my breath, like clenching everything. So nervous, as if it was like my award on the line.
Literally, like I was probably more nervous than her. I was like, wow, we're already doing this. I was like, okay.
Here we go. Here the fuck we go.
I was like, okay, let's go. It was like right off the bat. I don't even know if there was a performance before this. I don't remember. So I thought that we could rewatch her acceptance speech and all of that fun stuff for this one, if you would like.
I would love.
Like we didn't have this planned.
Like we didn't rehearse.
Okay, so beautiful Mariah Carey does this for her, and Let's go ahead and listen. If you're on YouTube, you can watch it. If you are listening, you can at least listen to it. Pause. The fact that she says Miley Cyrus, what the fuck is a Miley Cyrus?
What the fuck?
I feel like she was starting to say Mariah. Or am I
think
wrong?
that she was like nervous or something, but I didn't even notice in the moment. I didn't even hear that until like 6 watches like through.
Same. No, I didn't notice in the moment either. Also, before we hit play again, the amount of like excitement from all of her peers.
Look around, like, yes.
It just with both of the ones that we're gonna watch, both of them are like everyone's same. So the fact that you could hear her in the background kind of going like, okay, you have to stay up here.
Yeah.
Did you catch that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because everyone else would like walk to the back because it's not their moment.
Exactly. But she's like, no, you have to stay up here. She's like, you're MC, I'm MC. We have to do this. Also, I noticed for this first award, she's sitting by Doja, her mom, I don't know who else. But then at some point in the night, she ends up sitting next to Max, Brandy, and Tish.
Yeah, I think, to be honest, I think they like rotate around. I was seeing TikToks of people who were like seat holders or like seat fillers. Oh, that's what it's called, seat fillers. And they would like, every time a celebrity would get up to leave, a seat filler would come and sit in their spot just so that there were no empty seats. So I think they just were rotating around a bunch. And I do know that Doja Cat left early too, so.
I'm crying in the club.
I'm crying again.
Literally. Okay, so she gave the most elegant speech.
Literally. And I probably, to be honest with you, shocked America. They were probably waiting for like some annoying like raunchy thing because that's what they expect from her.
That kind of happens later on.
Of course, we did get her, but
yeah.
No, that was just perfect.
Perfect length too. She didn't talk too long, which I'm not gonna lie, some of the people that won during the Grammys, I was like, you need to keep this show on the road. Like some of them were just talking way too long, and I don't get it, but like I understand it's a huge moment. But that was like the perfect amount of like time to say something. She didn't seem very self-conceited. At first, when she said, I thought I was gonna miss this moment, I was like, she thought she was gonna miss this moment, like winning a Grammy. But then she was like, no, to see Mariah Carey. And I was like, that's iconic.
Which is amazing.
Mariah Carey was probably like
right. Probably. When Mariah Carey called out Miley Cyrus. But Miley, like, obviously she had the shock on her face that like, oh my God, I just won. But then she stood up and it hit her. She's like, and I'm receiving it from MC. What the hell?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God. I can't, like, this stupid smile on my face while I watch that. I can't get it off.
Same. And the butterfly story, like, that made me honestly so emotional because I was like, it has literally been 18 years into her career. And it's crazy, like, how many people are like, she's just now winning a Grammy. Like, this is insane. But yes, she's just now winning a Grammy. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking, but there's so many people that have Grammys that I'm like, how do you have a Grammy? How do you have multiple Grammys? And Miley has never won one.
Yeah. And this regular general public civilians will say the same thing. Yeah, literally. It's not just,
I see that all over social media. I see people talking about that. So I feel like that just made it even more like emotional because it's basically like her speech to me was her saying, I've had all these great songs, but they've never reached the like pinnacle, I guess. And this is like my pinnacle of artistry is as far as like people relating to it and being able to like embrace the song like globally. This is like probably the pinnacle of fame or success a piece of her art has brought. So
and she was like trying so hard with the others and we all expected so much out of it. And I think with her for Flowers, she was just like, yeah, okay, let's put out the song that I love just because I love it And look
Yeah.
at what happened. Like, and that was her just like, you know, the kid stopping and
Yeah,
oh
literally.
my
Yes.
God.
I mean, she literally took the last year off. She didn't
Right.
do anything the last year, and she had the biggest song of her career.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but
Oh,
I
I
hope
have
she
the
doesn't.
chills. I have the chills.
I hope she doesn't think that she has to do that to get a good song.
Get to work, bitch.
Yeah, it work. No, I saw somebody was like, I hope this like ignites Miley to like kind of fall in love with not necessarily like the music industry, but just like being present like for the fans and like performing and just like I guess feeding us in a way. Like I hope this like gives her that ignition because as we saw like a year ago when she was doing her performances in South America, she was obviously going through something.
Yeah.
She was having like panic attacks on stage. She was saying things that just like she didn't seem like she was grateful to be there and she made it clear that she was, but she didn't seem very connected with what she was doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And truly after that last performance she did for South America, we didn't like see her again, really.
Right. Right.
Like not really, not with any performances. So I don't know. I feel like she seems like she's in a much happier and better place
I agree.
in the end of 2022.
She really looked like, I mean, you know, from looks, we don't know if this is true or not, but she really just looked like she was having a blast the entire time, being like fully herself.
Yes.
Which was
and
amazing.
She was
to see.
happy.
Yeah.
I mean, going into her performance was pretty shortly after this. They did like an intro for all the performers at the Grammys, which I thought was cool.
But not all of them. Rachel pointed that out to me. There was only like 4 people that got it, but Miley was one of them.
The ones that matter, including Miley, literally. Because SZA had one, and I feel like she was a big performer.
Yeah.
But yeah, she literally like had this little intro. She was like, I just want to do a performance that makes all my idols proud. She mentioned Tina and Dolly. There was like 3 others. Do you remember?
Celine.
Yeah, Celine Dion.
And
it's okay if you don't remember. I don't remember either. Those were the 3 that stood out to me though. But it was really cool. She had the same hair and she said, why do I want to perform at the Grammys? Because I want to lay in bed the next morning and watch myself while I'm laying in bed performing at the Grammys. And so I was like, yeah, she was like basically saying like, I want to do this for myself, not for anybody else. And you can just tell she's at peace with like where she's at. And yeah, she just seems so much happier than what we've previously seen. And it's like a breath of fresh air as like a fan because
for sure,
you know, like you want to continue seeing her like thrive. And she's only 31.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. Like, look at Taylor. Taylor's like what, 34?
I think so.
And she's like still going. So I feel like she still has I feel like this is not her last Grammy. She's gonna win.
Agreed.
She's gonna keep going. And she's gonna be like Dolly one day. And she's gonna be just like living the life. Anyway, we're getting so deep.
I told you this is gonna get chaotic.
So her performance. What were your initial reactions? Like,
initial reaction is we talked about last episode how someone was like, oh, I'm building a stage for Miley. I don't know what that was all about. There was not anything to it except for a microphone and some fog.
I totally forgot about that.
That was the very first thought that I had. I was like, what? Where is it?
Yeah. So it's like, I mean, yes, it's a large square foot area stage. There's a lot of square feet.
Everybody used it though.
Yeah, it wasn't specifically for her.
I was expecting her to like come down on a little trapeze. Like
Dua Lipa.
Exactly. But she kept it so simple and just used her glow and her like her energy and her rock and dance moves to just captivate the whole audience. And it was just so perfect.
Yeah, when she Her fit, I'm obsessed.
Obsessed.
This one was my favorite outfit of the whole night.
This one was a archive of oh shit, I can't remember. I just saw it. No. It was an archival. Anyway, but Celine and Tina had worn, or no, it was Cher and Tina wore like the same. So, Cher was one of them.
Bob Mackie.
Bob Mackie, yes.
Bob Mackie dress. And Miley Cyrus channels Tina Turner in Bob Mackie dress.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was really amazing.
Yeah. I mean, you could literally do a whole episode over all the freaking outfits she wore.
Maybe we will.
And just so funny because we know that she's like obsessed with like high fashion. Yes. And I think she has mentioned before that like a lot of the times when she does these like public appearances, it's honestly for her team so that they can like kind of like dress her like a doll almost.
Yeah.
Because she also has, I feel like, more fun doing that.
Totally. That definitely, especially in this era of the things that she's been talking about, like this is definitely her focus right now.
Yes. Okay, so this was my favorite dress. I thought it looked so good. She's in the most fit she's ever been.
Yes.
Like body-wise, because she has not, I know for a fact she's not vegetarian anymore. The last we heard, she was pescatarian, and who knows if she's went to like full meat or not. But she still has her like, I mean, her genetics are just small. Like she's going to be a small girl. Look at Tish Cyrus. Yes. But she looks freaking fit. Like her arms in that photo, that iconic photo, that's going to go down in history.
It really, really, really is.
It's been like the most liked photo this year. And I know it's only February, but I think it might go up there next to probably a photo of Selena Gomez from Instagram.
It's literally all I've seen on social media. Even my roommate's like, I can't stop looking at this picture. My cousin says, I can't stop looking at these pictures. And I was like, I can't stop looking at these pictures. So many people are like, I'm going to the gym now because I saw a picture of Miley.
Like, we're never skipping arm day ever again. Because look at her freaking arms. And all she's doing is dancing.
All we know is that she does Pilates and yoga.
Yeah. I mean, she also has great genetics.
It's true.
She has a great genetics. And she probably has a personal chef and dietitian and all of that fun stuff.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, if you look at the Flowers music video, like she wouldn't just throw in that whole workout routine in the Flowers music video for nothing. Like, she obviously does care about her body. She doesn't drink anymore. Mm-hmm. She doesn't really smoke weed anymore. Maybe who knows, she might dabble in it here and there, but like she's sober. So I think that also has contributed to her happiness.
For sure.
And just her health. And like, I think, because I'm kind of going everywhere here, but going back to her happiness, she really hasn't had, since her divorce from Liam, she hasn't really had a long break to like digest that, because that happened right before Plastic Hearts, during She Is Coming.
Yep.
And I feel like she just kept going. So I think she's finally, the trauma from the house fire and all of that.
I think so. Oh, but I'm so happy.
Yes. Okay. So this performance towards the end of the performance, I'm like, I love it. I kind of wish there was a little bit more choreography. I'm a choreography stan. Like, I love when pop girlies do a dance number. Like Dua Lipa always slays that.
Yes.
And then Flowers ends, and all of a sudden it's like a 30 seconds of like rock Flowers.
Yeah.
And she starts like doing some dancing, and I'm like, okay, she's giving us a little choreography.
I was like, what's going on?
I literally was like, is she doing a medley?
Yes. I was like, what's about to happen?
Okay. I thought that she was going to go into another song.
Yes, me too.
She didn't, unfortunately. But
we got a rock version of Flowers. And everyone was like, this is for Plastic Hearts.
Yes. Yes. All I hear in my head is, I can love me better.
Yes. Yes.
I can love me better.
It was so good.
It was so good, but so random.
So random, but so Miley.
It was.
Right?
Yeah. And then at the end, she shoves the microphone. Like, not drops it. This was not a mic drop. This was a mic shove.
Literally, the look on her face while she did it.
In disgust. She said, get this shit out of here.
Okay, but we have to back up. First of all, I feel like she did have choreography when she was like doing her little like arm things, and then she turned around and like, you know,
It's true. It's the most she's had.
It's the most that she's had. Normally we just get her arm in the air, which of course we had it.
Yes.
But no, I loved her little dancing. We have to talk about her little ad libs.
Oh yeah. Well, we saw those at the Chateau.
At the Chateau. So this was not new to us, but to the civilians, the general public, they were probably like, but we did. Wow.
Yeah, because she was like dropping some heat and tea. And the fact really that we had no idea the Chateau was just her rehearsals.
Right?
She probably was. She treated this performance legendary, but also the ad libs, she treated it like she was just in a room with her like friends, like just being like, yeah, I didn't want to fight, but we did.
I know. It's just like so iconic, Miley. Well, and then at the beginning when she was like, why are you acting like you don't know this song? And the seat filler I saw on TikTok, he was saying, he's like, by no means was like the energy too low. I think she was just trying to get it like even more and to like get people to like just more energy in the room, which I'm sure it did. But then I could cry thinking about like the only thing I can hear in my head is started to cry and then remembered I just won my first Grammy.
So good. That was iconic. Like the fact that she knew to do that.
The fact that her award came the very first one.
Yes.
Immediately followed by her own performance, and she was able to do that. Oh my God, I have the chills again. I'm so obsessed. Every single time I just like have this, I'm just thinking about it, and then I start this dumb smile. I'm like, that's my girl.
Everything worked out perfect for her.
So perfect.
And like, yeah. And yeah, that performance is legendary. And I think last time, like literally the day after it happened on Instagram, the Recording Academy posted the full performance with Miley also posting it. Yeah. And it got like 2.2 million likes.
Yeah.
Not even like 24 hours after.
When's the last time that Miley like has received this so much love? You know what I mean?
Hannah Montana season 1?
Right.
Maybe not even that.
Not even then.
Because people thought, obviously it was like childish and all that.
Yeah, they didn't know who she was. No, literally never.
I honestly can't think of a time.
No, I can't at all.
Yeah, it's been really great. Like, of course, there's always going to be, some haters, but it's been great looking at the Facebook post comments.
Oh yeah,
because Facebook, those old bitches over there are ruthless.
Yes,
and they all think Miley's a dirty skank and a lying, cheating hillbilly. But I've seen a lot of praise. So yeah. And despite wearing what she wore to the red carpet.
Literally, I have not really seen any negative comments about like what she wore to the red carpet, because everything else from the night is just like so much more important.
Yeah. I also feel like her charisma is just like probably the best it's ever been. Like she speaks so good. Everything she says feels natural, but also like it's spoken very well.
So well spoken. It's like her core, like her cheesy, like cute little personality mixed with such elegance
and a little bit of sass.
Poise and sass at the same time.
You could definitely tell she's been on Drag Race,
right?
The way she says,
yes.
She's like, Mariah, I saw you already. It was everything.
Oh my God, she's always talked like that. Well, she did a shout out to her main gaze, and that's why we have to thank.
Oh yes, her second award she won. Which goes back to she really loves going to these things so that she can have her main gaze dress her like a doll.
No,
I
the
swear.
reason this woman had 5 outfits is because when's the last time she was able to get this glam? She doesn't go to things like this, so like let's do all of the looks in one night. Why not?
Literally. Okay. So anything else on the performance before we move on?
I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I
Me
think we need to
too.
move on.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. Okay. So just going through the rest of the night. So we have another one she was nominated for was Best Pop Vocal Album, Endless Summer Vacation. To be honest, I wasn't expecting Endless Summer Vacation as an album to win anything.
I wasn't either.
I don't think it's her best album. I love it, but it's not one that I think is going to really, I think Flowers makes it where it's at.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for Flowers, I don't know if people would really pay attention to it as far as like general public. So
agreed.
She lost that to Taylor Swift Midnights. And let me just say I'm also a Swiftie. And Taylor Swift announced an album that it still has me shook. But the amount of excitement I had for Miley, I feel like I didn't have enough excitement left in me to be excited for the Taylor Swift album because I was just so excited for Miley.
Yeah.
I'm very excited for the Taylor Swift album. Don't get me wrong. I will be there waiting for it to drop. But the amount of excitement Miley brought for this it just trumped that. So
agreed.
That's when she announced that.
But I will say, I think that the general public was feeling this too because there's so many things that got overshadowed that happened at the Grammys because of Taylor Swift making this big announcement. You know, most of the news coverage or stuff online is talking about Taylor, but the only other stuff that I'm seeing is also Miley.
Same. It's like it's Taylor and Miley. And yes. It's usually always Taylor.
Right.
But it's really hard for someone to get up to kind of where Taylor is at.
Yes. So, Taylor's back on my list, I'm not going to lie to, and I'm not going to get into it because I don't need to be
dragged. Is it because the Lana Del Rey thing?
She made me feel bad for Lana Del Rey. Do you realize how huge this is? Let's move on.
Let's move on. We need to jump on a call after this and debate. Okay.
This is not for public ears.
This is Miley Cyrus. Okay. So she lost that to Taylor, and then it goes to Song of the Year. This was when I was like, there's so many good people against her. Could happen, could not. I was very 50-50 in the moment.
Yeah.
It went to Billie Eilish. I was not surprised.
Not at all.
And then we got to Record of the Year. And this was the big four.
Yeah.
This is one of the big fours. So this one was, I was like, I don't know. I really was not expecting this one.
I wasn't either.
Let's roll the clip.
Roll it.
And the Grammy goes to...
Okay, wait. Before we roll the clip, we have to point out Mark Ronson and Meryl Streep. I didn't even know they were, that he was her son-in-law.
I didn't either. And somehow I also didn't know how hot he was.
Oh, I've been known that, girl.
Zaddy.
Listen, I know that's your son-in-law, Meryl Streep, but I'm still shipping Mark Ronson and Miley Cyrus.
Me
Sorry.
Too. It's kind of all I want.
Very weird, even though it's really weird. But if she could be with Max Miranda, he's kind of in the same category as skinny, ill-looking white guys. Anyway, let's continue rolling. That's Michael Polak. He's the one that produced this, and I think co-wrote it with her. Maybe. Yeah. Anyway, first, I love that she hugs her mom.
Yes,
and doesn't hug Max.
No,
not that I'm a Max hater, but she's really like, my mom's been there for me since day one. So
yeah,
hugs her. And then also does the weird thing with Billy, which I thought was cute. Hugs Michael. And then she goes up to Olivia and she's like,
she say that.
Why did she say this award is not important? Which, listen, it's not.
Well,
but girl, if you want more Grammys, you have to freaking suck the Recording Academy's dick.
Period.
Take notes from Billie Eilish. take notes from probably John Batiste, even though I'm surprised he didn't win any of the big ones. Because I really thought, I don't know who this man is, but I really thought he was going to. Yeah, I was like, girl, I don't think you're going to win another one if you're talking shit about the Grammys at the Grammys.
Yeah, that wasn't like awesome. I get what she's saying. She was like, this isn't gonna change like who loves me or blah blah. Like, obviously that's the message, but when you're accepting a major award in front of a bunch of people who just lost that award and you're saying this isn't important, like,
and
you whore.
You know, other people, and you know, other people that were nominated probably thought it was like everything.
Yes. And the thing about record of the year is that like she's such a small part of the winning of it. You know what I mean? Because we talked about how it's like all the producers and the songwriters and the recording of it.
And that's why she was like, I think she turned around. She's like, well, I mean, it is, right, guys?
Yeah.
Because I'm sure they were like, they're probably so excited. And she's like, this really isn't important.
And they're like, yeah, I just put my whole heart and soul into this. You
literally.
Know what I mean?
Yeah, no, for sure. They didn't seem upset though.
No, probably
I think
not.
they probably are like,
listen,
she's just being Miley.
They work on a team. They probably have the same mentality, right?
This is true.
Right.
I mean, listen, you can't deny that Miley was not happy.
Of course not.
She could act like she wasn't and that she doesn't care. And maybe she does not care because she didn't pose with any Grammys like other artists do.
Right.
Which we can get to that. But you could tell she had like a glow. Like after she won her first one, she really was on a high.
Yeah,
I feel like
she really was.
What else was in that? Oh, okay. I don't think I forgot anybody. What about your father? That you're a Nepo baby because of him.
Right.
I mean, you're bigger than he was and is, but this confirms, if it wasn't already, this confirms everything.
Yes, it sure does.
And the fact that she was like, yeah, I don't think I forgot anybody except underwear, which she ended up saying she did have underwear on.
Yeah.
So that was a lie.
But it was just a very Miley thing to say.
She was like, I have to put something a little controversial in here.
For sure.
It's been too clean enough.
But yeah, that was interesting. Her little speech there and the omission of certain individuals.
She said, Tish, Brandy, Max.
She said, my love. That's so sweet.
That was really cute. Noah, not. I think it would have been better if she would have said like my mom, my family.
Yeah.
But she specifically said, because I understand it's a lot of names.
Of course.
She specifically said my mom, my sissy, like, you know, kind of like Brandy that's right there.
Yeah.
She didn't say sisters.
Yeah.
And then Max.
Yeah.
Her love.
Well. And that's that.
But then I'm like, okay, what did Trace do? Because y'all seem like you're on good terms. Give him a shout out. Plug Metro Station, you know?
I think it is funny that she goes, I don't think I forgot anybody because like, what if you did? Like, what if you actually did? And this person's like, oh.
To be honest, she probably did forget a lot of people.
I'm sure
it takes a lot, you know.
In her first speech, she did not say one thank you, which is interesting because normally they go through the whole list, but she did the story instead, which was really sweet.
The butterfly, which I liked it.
I did too.
And then, of course, she lost Album of the Year, which I was not expecting on the summer vacation to take home that. So that's honestly all we could hope for. I mean,
girl,
would it have been nice?
Grammys.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It would have been nice to get Pop Duo, but that was a smaller award.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. I either wanted her to get Song of the Year or Record of the Year. I don't know if it's ever really likely that you can get both. So I wanted one of those.
Yeah.
And we got one of those. So
yeah, I think it's
that's
huge.
all I can ask
and
for.
Yeah, I'm excited for her. So I don't know about you. I'm sure this is true. The texts that flooded into my phone upon her wins. So adorable. So many people. Congratulations on your Grammy, Becky. I just love it. Like every single person in my life, like my close friends, obviously my family, and even so many acquaintances, they see Miley and they think of me, and I just think that's the sweetest thing and just like the
No,
most
for sure.
fun.
Yeah, no, the same thing. And I told my mom on the phone and she goes, "Oh, she did?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I think my mom was more excited for me than the fact that Miley Cyrus won a
No,
Grammy.
exactly. That's how I feel like all my friends felt. They're like, "Oh, Becky's gonna be so excited."
But okay, wait, we didn't even talk about her other outfits.
We didn't talk about her outfits. Okay, so we skipped
Okay, so the
black
first
jumpsuit.
Yes. What were your thoughts? Where would you rank this?
Well, my first thoughts, I thought it was just like so beautiful and classy.
Yes.
But in the ranking of all of them, 5.
Same.
Yeah.
Still looks great.
Yes.
But we have to rank them still. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a great change. Because like I said, I was like, is she gonna wear what she wore on the red carpet like the whole night? Because like it's iconic, but it's the Grammys, girl.
I
like,
know.
You know, and so I thought that was good.
Put some damn clothes on, because nobody needs to be seeing all of that.
Seeing all that ass. You're just mad because your hair is flat. Mine's not, and it was not.
And it was not.
Oh my God. I saw someone I follow on Twitter from SIUE, the college we went to, said, and I just had to bite my tongue and not say anything, but they saw a photo of Miley and Max and they quoted it and they were like, somebody get these two a damn hairbrush.
I saw another comment that was like, it looks
Listen.
like their hair is being blown in opposite directions.
Here's the thing though, I love big hair, so I'm here for it. There's been hair she's had that I would rather take this over that. Okay.
Agreed. Fully agreed.
She looks elegant. But okay, so that was one. And then her second, when she got record of the year, she had the one where it looked like she wasn't wearing any underwear.
Yes, the brown with the
That was the brown one.
What's the deal with the purse? What do you think she was about to grab?
Oh my God, we have to talk about that. When I was watching that in real time, I said, is this woman going to bring out a blunt?
I was so scared.
She had her little purse, which I think she just likes to wear the whole fit, right?
Of course.
So I understand why she would bring the purse up. But she was like, yeah, that thing we just watched. She's literally like opening her little purse, looking in there. And then maybe it seemed like she got distracted.
No, literally, I was like,
or scared.
Is she pulling out a blunt? Is she pulling a Taylor Swift? Is she going to announce or show us something? Maybe it was like her list of people. What I think it is like a list of people to thank, and then she just said, "Fuck it."
I think so too, because they give you a time limit too.
Yeah.
And I think she was just kind of like, oh, like honoring the time limit, because they have that screen that's like, hurry the fuck up.
It literally says, wrap it up. It says that.
The way that some people just straight up ignore that. So Miley was being, considerate.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what it was too. But I'm not gonna lie, I had war flashbacks that when she was at was it the AMAs? I don't even know what award show it was in 2013.
Know.
She literally pulled out. She had a purse like that. She pulled out a blunt and started lighting up on stage. I was like, "Girl, this is the Grammys. You can't do that.
You can't do that." She didn't. Anyway, the brown. How did you like it?
I loved it. I loved it even more when she had her like feather boa thing around it. I thought it looked so classy.
Yeah. It looked
in the
beautiful with
thing,
her hair color, her skin tone. Yeah.
I give this one a 4.
You think that's
this is my
4?
favorite?
I would put this one 3.
Okay. So the one with the black like one piece with the fur jacket.
This did not get any screen time except for there's like a video of her kissing Max wearing it.
This was like such a good fit too.
It was.
And I'm like, we didn't get any. So I was like, did she change before every possible Grammy win?
She might have.
That's what somebody said.
She might have. I really like this one. I would rank this. It was like strapless, and it was like beaded and sheer.
Mhm.
That one's number 2 for me.
This one is number 3 to me. So my number 2 is her red carpet look. And then my number 1 is the performance outfit.
Yeah, the performance is number 1 for me. And the red carpet, actually, I'll put it number 4 for me. I know. But I mean, we had a lot to go against.
There's a lot. There's a lot of good fits.
I don't not
Honestly,
like it at all.
So good.
Yeah.
I like all of them,
yeah.
to be honest. She did well, mama. Okay. I'm like so overwhelmed.
I know.
What else?
I feel like we have so much more to say, but we also need to just wrap this up. We've been yapping.
Yeah, we've been yapping for like an hour. Okay, so let's quickly think about what could be happening next with her in 2024, given the information that we have seen at the Grammys. What are your thoughts?
I can't decide if I think she's going to go back into vacation mode, but I kind of feel like not. I think that she's like ready to come back. And we did see some rumors on Twitter. What do you think about them?
What were which ones?
Well, first,
I see so much bullshit.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit. Okay, first, I want to hear what you think that she's going to be up to the rest of the year.
The fact that her hair is so different, I feel like she's about to give us like a new era.
You think?
It's also hard because she really does not ever step out willingly in front of paparazzi. Like Taylor Swift, I don't know if she calls paparazzi on herself or if they're just really stalking her that bad, but we always see photos of Taylor walking into the studio. So like we kind of know that she's working on something.
Yeah.
But we hardly ever see paparazzi photos of Miley.
No.
So she really could be going in the studio and just not sharing any information.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she just doesn't. So it's hard to tell, but I could really see her coming back and releasing some new music. What about Doctor, huh?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
so
the rumors that you're okay.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So the fact that we just had Doctor and then the one all of a sudden resurfacing from the Kanye West collab. I saw something, I think you sent it to me. It was like a whole track list that she's going to do this like album for the fans of scrapped music. How real do you think that is? And what do you really think the odds of that are?
I don't think, first of all, I think she does things nowadays for herself.
Yeah.
I don't even think I think she appreciates us and like all that, but I think she really doesn't want to do anything unless it's like on her terms. So, but however, I could see her bringing out some scraps for songs, but I could also see her doing brand new ones. So I don't think it's going to be a whole album just of scraps.
Yeah.
But I could see her bringing back some.
Yeah, that's honestly a little bit insane. I can't see any artist doing it ever. Well, I feel like maybe kind of like that's what Midnight's was to Taylor, just like stuff that she grabbed from before, but it's different because there was no leaks of them. We've heard many of these leaks of the scraps, so I don't think that she'd do that. And I think you're right that she's doing things for herself. Look at the last time she did an album for the fans, huh? Look at last time. She's erased it from her memory, younger now. She hated that.
True.
She hated that.
She hated that. Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll just have to see what we get.
Yeah.
And keep our eyes and ears open.
But I'm excited. I'm happy for her. I'm excited for her. And I hope that she's enjoying it.
Yeah. And probably next time we have an episode, we'll have more to talk about and maybe more thoughts on this Grammys night as we digest
totally
all of it.
Yeah, I'm sure there's so much we forgot.
We could definitely talk about it. We could talk about it more, I'm sure.
I've been talking about it.
Same, but we haven't been.
Yeah, we promised each other that we would FaceTime if she ever won, and we didn't. And it's because this is how we used to like avoid each other when we lived together because we didn't want to spoil any of it. We needed organic conversation. It's for you.
Yeah.
We do this for you.
It's better and more organic and exciting. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks guys for listening today. As always, make sure you subscribe if you're on YouTube, follow on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, leave us a review, leave us a comment, follow us on Instagram, Talk Miley to Me podcast, to connect with us and stay up to date. Anything else, Becky?
That covers it.
Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. And it's a great day to be a Miley Cyrus fan.
It sure is.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.